Why are Canadians, both native and immigrants, choosing to leave their homeland in droves? In recent times, a discernible trend has been taking shape in Canada. It's not just the frosted windows or the glowing fall colors that are changing. The demographic landscape is shifting too. An increasing number of Canadians, both natural-born and immigrants, are choosing to leave the land of the maple leaf. They're packing up their lives, their families, their dreams, and moving to other countries. This isn't just a trickle, mind you, but more of a steady stream. The numbers are startling. Since 2015, thousands have left Canada seeking greener or perhaps more affordable pastures elsewhere. But why? It's not just the natural-born Canadians who are leaving. Immigrants, who once saw Canada as a land of opportunity, are also choosing to return to their home countries. This includes people from all corners of the world, from the chilly landscapes of Ukraine to the bustling cities of India and China. The reasons are manifold, and we'll delve deeper into them in the subsequent scenes, but the crux of the matter is this. Life in Canada is becoming increasingly expensive. The cost of living, from housing to food, has risen sharply. The taxes are high, jobs are becoming scarce, and wages have remained stagnant since 2008. The allure of countries like Mexico and Thailand, known for their lower cost of living and warm climates, is becoming more enticing, especially as remote work becomes more prevalent. Even Russia is becoming a more appealing option for some. This is not a sudden phenomenon. The seeds were sown in 2015 when a new political era dawned on Canada. As we move forward, we'll explore the impacts of this era, the financial strain on Canadians, and the lure of life outside Canada. So stay tuned as we delve into the great Canadian exodus. The year 2015 marked the beginning of the Trudeau era, a period that has seen its fair share of controversies. Under the leadership of Justin Trudeau, the Liberal Party has been accused of numerous counts of unethical behavior. The list is long and wide-ranging, from allegations of corruption to claims of political interference. One of the most significant controversies that has defined Trudeau's tenure came to a head in January 2022, during the Truckers' Convoy in Ottawa. This event drew international attention, giving a global audience a glimpse into the rising discontent among many Canadians. The government was accused of seizing bank accounts associated with the truckers, a move that sparked outrage and further eroded trust in Trudeau's administration. But it's not just these high-profile scandals that have marred Trudeau's leadership. There have been persistent allegations of a lack of transparency, with critics accusing the government of withholding critical information from the public. This perceived lack of openness has only served to deepen the sense of disillusionment among many Canadians. Furthermore, Trudeau's economic policies have also come under scrutiny. Critics argue that his approach has led to increased taxes and living costs, making life increasingly unaffordable for many Canadians. This has been particularly evident in the housing market, where prices have soared to unprecedented levels, making homeownership a distant dream for many. At the same time, wages have remained stagnant, leaving many Canadians struggling to keep up with rising costs. This widening gap between income and expenses has led to a growing sense of financial insecurity, with many Canadians feeling the pinch. The consequences of these policies are far-reaching. Not only are many Canadians choosing to leave their homeland for more affordable countries, but even immigrants who once saw Canada as a land of opportunity are now choosing to return to their home countries. But it's not just the controversies that are driving Canadians away. Let's delve into the financial aspects. Life in Canada has become increasingly expensive, with the cost of living skyrocketing and salaries stagnating. It's like being stuck in a snowstorm without a coat. The chill of financial pressure is unrelenting and inescapable. Imagine living in a city where rent prices are as towering as the skyscrapers. That's the reality for many Canadians, especially those in major cities. From Vancouver's glassy condos to Toronto's historic townhouses, the cost of housing has soared to dizzying heights. But the paychecks? Well, they've been frozen in time since 2008. Yes, you heard it right. Salaries have remained as stationary as a moose in headlights for over a decade and a half. And then there's the food. Oh, the food. From the humble loaf of bread to the weekly grocery haul, the cost of putting food on the table has gone up. But the worst part? This isn't just about imported avocados or fancy cheeses. Even the cost of homegrown products, the very essence of Canadian cuisine, has climbed the price ladder. But the buck doesn't stop there. Canadians are also grappling with the weight of excessive taxation. It's like a game of hockey where the goalposts keep moving further away. Every time Canadians think they've got a handle on their finances, a new tax comes into play. Currently, 2 carbon taxes are siphoning off a chunk of hard-earned income, and come April 1, 2024, a third one is set to join the fray. These mounting costs are not temporary visitors like the geese heading south for the winter. No, they're here to stay, becoming as much a part of the Canadian landscape as the Rocky Mountains, all while the threat of job losses looms, especially in sectors like information technology, further tightening the financial noose. With such financial strain, it's no wonder Canadians are seeking greener pastures. It's not about abandoning the love for their homeland, but about seeking relief from a storm that shows no sign of letting up. After all, everyone deserves the warmth of financial security, don't they? Countries like Mexico, Thailand, and even Russia are becoming attractive alternatives for Canadians. It's a statement that might surprise some, but when you delve into the reasons why, it starts to make a whole lot of sense. First, let's talk about the climate. Many Canadians dream of escaping the harsh winters, and these countries offer just that. Mexico and Thailand in particular boast warm tropical climates year-round. Imagine trading the snow shovel for a beach towel. Not a bad trade-off, right? But the allure of these countries extends far beyond their sunny forecasts. Cost of living is a major factor pulling Canadians abroad. In places like Mexico and Thailand, your dollar can stretch much further. Everything from housing, food, healthcare, and entertainment are significantly less expensive. This means that not only can you afford a comfortable lifestyle, but you can also enjoy a higher quality of life. Moreover, the rise of remote work and digital nomadism has opened up new opportunities for Canadians to live and work anywhere in the world. Technological advancements have made it possible for people to work from their laptops on a beach in Mexico, a cafe in Thailand, or a cabin in the Russian countryside. This flexibility allows Canadians to earn a living while also experiencing the culture, food, and lifestyle of another country. But it's not just about the financial benefits or the freedom of location. It's also about escaping the increasing pressures at home. High taxes, rising costs of living, stagnant wages. These are realities many Canadians are eager to leave behind. So, as we can see, the lure of life outside Canada is multifaceted. It's the promise of better weather, a more affordable lifestyle, the freedom to work from anywhere, and the chance to escape the financial pressures at home. It's clear that for many Canadians, the benefits of leaving Canada outweigh the costs. But what can be done to reverse this trend? The Canadian government has a major role to play in stemming this exodus. The issues at hand are not just statistics on a page, they are the lived experiences of countless Canadians who are struggling to make ends meet. The high cost of living, stagnant salaries, and excessive taxation are not just numbers, they are barriers to a life of comfort, security, and happiness that every citizen deserves. The government, as the custodian of public interest, must address these issues head-on. The first step is to acknowledge the reality of the situation. The increased cost of living and stagnant salaries are not just anecdotal evidence, they are issues felt by millions of Canadians every day. Once acknowledged, the government must take action. It's not enough to just recognize the problem. The government must act to alleviate the financial strain on Canadians. This includes revisiting tax policies, reassessing the cost of basic necessities, and ensuring a fair wage for all workers. Excessive taxation is one of the main areas that need to be addressed. The current tax structure with its multiple carbon taxes and high rates is simply unsustainable. It's time for the government to rethink its approach to taxation, to find a balance that allows for the funding of public services without putting undue strain on the citizens. Moreover, excessive control on the population is another area of concern. The Canadian government needs to ensure that its policies and actions are in the best interest of the people, not just in the interest of maintaining control. This includes respecting the rights and freedoms of its citizens and ensuring that any actions taken are proportionate and necessary. The government's role is not just to govern, but to serve. It's time for the Canadian government to remember this, to put the needs of its citizens first. It's time for the government to take action, to address the issues that are driving Canadians away from their homeland. Canadians love their country, but it's time for the Canadian government to show some love back. It's time to stop the taxes, gouging, and excessive control on the population.